Okay, men, I need to talk to you about something I've been observing, and I need you to be real with me in the comments because I'm genuinely confused. Why do so many of you say you'd never remarry? What's actually happening here? Now, before you click away thinking this is some attack on marriage or men, it's not. I'm married. I love my husband. And as far as I can tell, he's happy. But I've noticed something that I can't unsee. And it's making me ask questions I never thought I'd have to ask. So here's the pattern I keep seeing. Many married men are not really happy. And I'm not talking about all of you. I know some of you are genuinely content, but many of you, you're not. And the proof is in what happens after. When a man loses his spouse through death, divorce, whatever, most of you never want to remarry. You just want to stay solo. And if you actually listen to what these men say, it's shocking. They'll flat out tell you, I'm never doing that again. And at first I thought, oh, that's loyalty. That's devotion. He loved her so much that he can't imagine being with anyone else. But then I kept listening. And you know what I heard? It's not about honoring her memory. It's about not wanting to go through the process again, not wanting to deal with it, not wanting to navigate it, not wanting to give up that freedom a second time. And that made me stop and think, wait, what does that actually mean? If marriage was so great, why wouldn't you want to do it again? And here's where it gets even more confusing for me. Because while these men are married, they behave like they're happy, like everything's fine, like they're fulfilled. But then you get a group of married men together, friends, buddies, guys who trust each other, and you hear the jokes, you hear the banter, and suddenly the truth comes out. The jokes about the old ball and chain, the comments about lost freedom, the way they laugh when one of them complains about his wife. It's not just humor, it's a release valve. It's saying out loud what they can't say at home. And when you really pay attention, you start to realize many of them are pretending. They're playing the role of the happy husband, but underneath, they're not actually happy. Now, I'm not saying all of you. I know some men genuinely love their marriages. I know some of you are thriving, but I'm also noticing a pattern that's too consistent to ignore. And honestly, it's made me question my own marriage. I sometimes ask my husband, are you happy in this marriage or are you just pretending? And he says yes. He says he's happy. And I believe him. His actions back it up. He shows up, he engages, he's present. I try to be very intentional about being the best and most supportive partner he can have. I try to understand him. I try to give him space when he needs it. And his body language tells me he values and appreciates that. But sometimes, especially after seeing all of this online, after hearing these conversations, I wonder, is he really happy? Or is he just good at pretending? Because if so many married men are walking around wearing a mask, how do I know my husband isn't one of them? And that question bothers me. Because I don't want him to stay out of obligation. I don't want him to be with me because it's easier than leaving. I want him to actually want to be here. So here's what I'm really asking, and I need you to be honest with me. Men, why do you say you'd never remarry? Is it because marriage is genuinely exhausting? Is it because you feel trapped? Is it because the cost of keeping a woman happy outweighs the benefit of companionship? Or is it something else entirely that I'm not seeing? Because from where I'm standing, it looks like a lot of you are tolerating marriage, not enjoying it. And that breaks my heart, not just for you, but for the women who think everything's fine when it's not. And here's the part that really gets me. If you're pretending to be happy, why? Why not just say something? Why not have the hard conversation? Why live decades in quiet dissatisfaction instead of addressing it? Is it because you don't think it'll change anything? Is it because you're protecting the peace? Is it because you've tried before and it didn't work? I genuinely want to understand. Now, I know some of you are going to say, Avery, you're overthinking this. We're fine. We're just joking around. And maybe that's true. Maybe the jokes are just jokes. Maybe the never remarry comments are just exaggerations. But I don't think so, because I've heard it too many times. From too many men, in too many contexts. And the tone isn't playful, it's relief, it's freedom. It's finally being able to say what they really feel without consequences. So I need you to tell me, was it all a hoax? Were you actually happy? Or were you just going through the motions? Because if most married men are pretending, if most of you are just enduring instead of enjoying, that changes everything. That means we need to have a completely different conversation about what marriage actually is and whether it's even working for men anymore. So here's what I'm asking you to do. Drop a comment and tell me the truth. Not what you think you're supposed to say, not what sounds good, the actual truth. If you're married and happy, genuinely happy, tell me what makes it work. What does your wife do that makes you want to stay? What makes it worth it? And if you're married and pretending, or if you were married and walked away, tell me why. What made it unbearable? What would have had to change for you to actually want to stay? And if you're a widower or divorced and you say you'd never remarry, tell me why. What about marriage made you decide once was enough? I'm not here to judge you, I'm here to understand. Because if I'm going to keep advocating for men, I need to know what's really happening. Not the polished version, the real one. And if you're realizing you've been wondering the same thing, if you've been watching other married men and thinking, am I the only one who's actually happy? Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell because we're going to keep digging into the real dynamics that nobody else talks about. I'm Avery Scott, and I'll see you on the next one.